Hi, Jeff.
Hi, Ty.
How's it going?
I'm good.
Good.
I'm nervous.
Are you nervous? Yeah.
I'm nervous.
Why?
Because you've had a lot of well-spoken professionals on your podcast, and now you're having me.
That's fair.
I'm just a professional dude.
Doctors, politicians.
Doctors, politicians, degenerate
Yeah.
is me.
That's fine.
That's okay.
We go for the full spectrum.
100%.
Okay.
No, I'm excited.
Sweet.
I'm glad you're here.
You will warm right up. You're a talker. You're a yapper.
I am a yapper.
Okay. Well, first question. What is your definition of masculinity?
I knew this question was coming, and I thought about it. Mm-hmm. And I don't know. Like, I legitimately thought about this. I even like briefly was like, what is masculinity? And the more I thought about it and dove into it, the more I realized it's not something that I don't want to say subscribe to, but it's not something that I think about too much. Depending on the context. I obviously know what traditional masculinity is. I know what that means.
Yeah.
But then when I think about ideas, protector, provider, strong, I think of these things and I'm like, wow, that could be feminine as well, right?
Yeah.
So I think even growing up, I didn't think much about it. To me, it's like a aesthetic. It's like a visual thing almost. It's not really anything beyond that.
Okay.
Okay.
So so if you're looking at somebody, then visually, what tells you that that is a man that's masculine?
For sure. And I think that goes back to what's traditional. Like this car is masculine, this car is feminine. This outfit is masculine, this outfit is feminine. Like what's masculine in my brain does go to that maybe more systemic idea, that traditional idea of what masculinity is. But then when I really think about it, I'm like, well, does any of that matter?
Yeah.
I guess when I think of it that way.
Okay. So how do you try to be masculine then? What do you try to be masculine? I
think I do. I think it's hard to escape those ideals of what you think makes you a good man.
Yeah.
And maybe we get caught up in the terminology and it's like, well, like I said, a woman can be those things. Why can't a woman be a protector or a provider or strong? Mm-hmm. They can. There's a lot of overlap, I think, in those things. Mm-hmm. It's hard for me, I think it's hard to discuss those ideas without always going back to that traditional mindset. Right. I think. But for me, I think I try and be a provider. I try and be strong. I try to be a protector of whoever I can be, and that to me makes me a man. That makes me a better man. But I don't think those ideas are exclusive to men. So, if that makes sense.
Okay. So, do we need to differentiate? Do we have to say masculine and feminine?
I don't think we do, personally. Mm-hmm. Even growing up, I was a theater kid. That wouldn't be considered masculine, but it was something that I did. Mm-hmm. I think I don't want to say it's outdated. There are things that men and women do differently and think differently in a broad kind of general sense of it. But when you really come down to the individual, I think it's kind of I don't want to say outdated, but I think it's not required, especially when you get rid of the gender norms of men do X, women do Y.
Yeah.
And that changes. I think when I was younger, if you asked me when I was 18, 19, what does it mean to be a man? What's masculine? I probably could have given you bullet points.
Yeah.
A, B, C, men do X, they don't do Y. Yeah. Like things like that. Whereas now I'm like, whatever.
Yeah, because you're
in a way.
When you're in that age, you are trying to be something,
100%.
right? And you're I want to grow up. I want to be a man.
Yeah.
The women like men.
100%. And that shaped me. Mm-hmm. I mean, it shaped you probably. It shaped a lot of people. Mm-hmm. Does it shape kids now the same way? I don't know if it does. Mm-hmm. Maybe it does. There's pros and cons. There are good things about the ideas of being masculine. There are bad ones as well, but if you can focus on the good ones, then you can,
Yeah.
then it's all good.
Yeah, and it's interesting. Kind of what you're saying is like the external representation of it doesn't matter. Like there are certain values that cross over. So are they certainly masculine? But it goes back to the way of thinking. It's almost like a way of being, right?
Yeah.
That energy. Even the last conversation I had, it's like there's a masculine and feminine energy that exists within people, and it can cross over, but both exist. So why?
But are they socially constructed ideas?
The way of being or the external representation?
The representation of it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Right, because they're different culturally.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, for sure.
So if you take one thing like a muscle car and you go to, I don't know, I mean now if you went to like Japan or something, they would see, oh, that's an American muscle car. But would they think it's manly to have that, right? Like maybe now based on like globalization and all that stuff, but in previous they would like.
Yeah, no, for sure. There's a lot of smaller cars in Japan. Whereas those cars here, you might, depending on who you ask, would say, well, that's a chick's car.
Yeah.
A Mazda Miata, that's a chick's car.
Yeah.
Whereas like, well, those cars are big among car enthusiasts that are men and women too, right? But there's a stereotypical idea where this is masculine, this is feminine, right? That still exists. But I think as we move forward, we kind of, depending on who you are, lose the idea of what it means. Again, like I said, I knew you were going to ask, and I thought, well, what does it mean to be a man? And in my head, I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. And maybe that question doesn't matter anymore as much in a way.
Yeah, I don't. I think it's blurred, and like you said, I think it's age dependent, right? Like it's when you're at a certain age, you're really shooting to.
You're developing.
You're coming into your adult life, and you're trying to figure out who you are and your identity, and embody what you think it should be.
Yeah.
So you're looking for those things, and the only place you can really look is external.
Yeah.
Especially when boys aren't talking about like what the good values are, or parents aren't teaching their boys to look for those values.
Yeah. And you're growing up and you're consuming media.
Yep.
You see superheroes that are men, mostly. I mean, it's changing now, but you see, this is a protector. This guy is strong. He's got muscles. He's big. That's a man. That's a man. And, I think that maybe, made me go a certain way in my life as well, but overall, it's not something that I'm concerning myself with today.
Good. Fair. Cool. Yeah. So one of the reasons I wanted to have you on, there's two. The second one's coming later, obviously, but the first one is obviously you are one of my best friends. I love you so much. And I was talking to Callie about this one time about how you are, I was a little jealous, but she was like, you are the cornerstone friendship of our group. So one of the reasons that we stay together, there's a group of us, we've been friends for 30 years. 31 now, I think. We broke to 30. Yeah. So we're one of the longest runnings. But there are other portions, and you've kind of kept us together, and you've built this group around you. So you have extremely strong male friendships, and I think I do too. And we obviously work together very hard on our friendship. I think we put a lot of effort into it, and it's very valuable in that. Yeah. But so where does that come from for you? Like what inspired you, or what part of you do you think motivates you to have such strong male friendships?
Man, that's a good question. I think when you meet people that you can have a good time with and be yourself with and grow with, you kind of want to foster those relationships and take care of them. And there's, I think, a huge benefit to maintaining those types of relationships. Yeah. I saw someone at the gym recently, actually, who we went to high school with. And they had moved to Calgary. They moved back here, and we were talking about, our lives. We haven't talked in 15 plus years. And I was bringing up my friends from high school and saying all these names and all that. And I was like, do you still see anyone? And they were like, no, my partner's my friend and my kid's my friend. I was like, oh, yeah, that's, and that's good too. That's okay
that's
too.
fine. Yeah.
And I realized in that moment, like, what I have is maybe kind of rare. Maybe kind of rare to have friends for 20, 30 years. That's not overly common. I think, we stayed relatively close. That helps. People move away and grow distant.
Yeah,
but
geographically, yeah.
for sure. But even there were times where like we wouldn't see each other every week or every 2 weeks. It would go longer than that. But we would talk and we could connect, and it would be like we hadn't stopped talking at all, right?
Yeah.
So that's special.
Yeah.
So why though? I think I'm lucky to have met and be friends with great people that I want to keep around.
Yeah.
Right. And it's exciting. It's fun to see where my friends are and what they're doing with their family and their careers, and getting together and playing Smash Bros and hanging out. It's just like something that I look forward to like crazy. And it's nuts. And maybe it keeps us, not that we're that old, but it I don't know, keeps us young. Keeps us young in a way.
Yeah, there's a lot that you said there, but it's like, when it comes down to it, it's like these people that you have in your circle are almost like an escape, right? Like it's like you've got this group that persists throughout time, and you've got these moments with each other that like break up your timeline through life, right? And it's like, this is something consistent. This is something that I know I'm welcome in. This is something that I don't have to sweat and worry and like, and even those of us that have, I don't know, gone through shitty times or dark times, it's like we do our best to let you know we're here for you, but also we're not going to push you out, or we're not going to like try and control your life or anything like that, right? It's like,
and our friends have changed over time. Yeah, some more, some less, but it's just still the same, just group of dudes that love hanging out and love sharing their experiences together. Yeah, very lucky.
And so, where do you think you learned that? Is that just natural to you, or do you think that there's some sort of influence on that?
I think growing up, my parents had friends. Like, I grew up, I can remember being young enough where I'm probably the age right now where my parents were when I was a kid. And they would have some friends over, and they would sit outside on the deck and listen to music and drink wine. And I'm upstairs in their bedroom, peeking through the window, like just wanting to hang out. Like, you want to hang out with your parents, when you're little, and they just seem so cool and they're having fun. Yeah. And now we're doing that in a way. Yeah. Except you've got cats. I got cats. Right? I have cats. Yeah. My babies. But you have two kids, and they're going to grow up one day, and they're going to see us hanging out, and that'll be a really positive thing. So I think seeing my parents being social and having friends and not, just keeping to themselves so much maybe affected that. But I don't, there are times where I feel like I'm extremely introverted, and there are times where I'm the complete opposite, extroverted. But I mean, we've canceled on each other. We have, and there's nothing more than I love than canceled plans. I love it. I love seeing my friends, but if they cancel, I'm like, all right. That means the night's free, right? I can hang out with my cats. I'm going to see you again. 100%. Yeah, you don't take it personally. So probably from my parents. And again, I think maybe it's just luck. Luck that I'm around people that I want to continue to be around. Maybe that's just part of it as well. Yeah, I think, I've always wondered about that too, because like, you think about, I don't know, like we hung out junior high. I mean, even in high, we've hung out the whole time. Yeah. We've never really, we had different friend groups a little bit, but for the most part, we were always in the same friend group. Yeah. All the way from like grade 1. Well, no, probably
probably junior high is when we started, but we knew each other in elementary.
Yes. Kindergarten too. I
Yeah,
think, didn't we?
maybe.
I'm pretty sure I have a picture.
I don't know.
of us in kindergarten.
Regardless, anyways,
We'll put it right here on the screen. I'll send it to you. You can, yeah, and you kind of foster what you project as well, right? Like, you're a good guy yourself, right? So you attract people that are gonna have the same values as you and want to do the same things as you.
Yeah.
Right. So
Yeah, but I mean, just like you, anybody I tell that I'm like, yeah, I have friends that I've had for 30 years. Like
Yeah.
Ryan would be 30, 27, 28,
Yeah.
grade 3. So, yeah, they're like, like what? Like, that's crazy, right?
Yeah.
And like you said, geographic, moving around is hard. But I think there's also like a leeway we give each other. It's like nothing is ever personal,
Yeah.
right? Like if we're never there's this, I wanted to say masculine, but I feel like it is a very guys thing. That's like the ability to jab at each other, like the ability to make fun of each other, the ability to like give each other shit for things, to give each other like a check once in a while too, right? It's like, what are you doing? Like that is ridiculous, right? And that like forms the boundaries of the friendship. And but at the same time, if you're outside of it, we're still gonna razz you. But if you want it to stop, like, so there's almost this like, it's not even a masculine code. It's just this kind of like unwritten, don't be a shitty person.
100%. There's still that trust.
Yeah.
If someone crossed the line, I think we're all close enough that you could tell them and talk to them about it, and say something's not right. But rarely is that ever the case. Usually, it's just ball busting, in the fun sense. It's just kind of, joking around, right?
Yeah.
But
so there's studies out that say that friendship, male friendship, and just long-term friendship or good friendship are closely related with people with the longest lives. So like the people that are healthiest and live the longest have good friendships. Yeah. Which is super cool.
It makes sense. We're gonna live a long time. For better or worse, I guess. I don't know.
Playing Smash Bros in the nursing home.
I can't wait. Honestly, I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait till our kids grow up and play Smash Bros and we can beat them at it. Yeah. We'll always have Ryan to beat. Yeah. We'll always have Ryan to beat.
Cool. What? Oh, I had one more question about that. Yeah, no. I think that's it.
Yeah.
Is there anything that in your friends, like, what is kind of the most important trait to you? Like, is it the same thing that you try and embody yourself, or is it a certain trait that you look for in them, or is it literally, you said it's like the first thing you said is somebody that I like to have a good time with, right? Mm-hmm. But is there something that you could name, a label that would make that stand out?
I think, it's really broad, but just being a decent person. Yeah. Being a good person. I think if I was out with my friends and I had a friend that was being not nice to a server at a restaurant, I would maybe say something and question that, but my friends wouldn't do that. Yeah. Scenarios where you can just tell where someone is just good in their heart, I think is a quality. But I don't know, we're also, there's a fair amount of us, we're all so different, but we all have the same interests and like the same things, and we bounce off each other. You don't have to all be the same to get along. You can do different things and think different things and still have a good time. But I think just being a decent person. There are some people that are not, and I'm not friends with them. that's basically, you know what I mean? Yeah. You are in a way, you are the company that you keep, and I'm proud to call the friends that I have my friends, right? I'm proud of you, and I'm proud of lots of them, but if I wasn't, then we probably wouldn't be hanging out. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. What do you think? Like, what's your what's a quality that you look for in someone?
I I think I look for like, I mean, aside from the good person thing, like I really resonate that like you can just tell, right? Like it's
like
I don't
a
know
vibe.
where that comes from.
It's just kind of silly. It's a vibe.
Yeah.
It's just a, not to be judgmental, but sometimes you can just tell right away, like, hey, this person is, it's good.
It's cool.
Things are good. Some
cool.
people, it's like right away, you're like, nope.
Yeah. No, I don't know what that is. It's like an easygoingness, like it's like, but also this, yeah. I look for acceptance, right? It's like, because like with me, I mean, growing up in St. Albert, like half black, it was like this weird middle ground with like very few black people, like slightly racist white town. Like it was like weird middle ground. So like acceptance was just a big one. And then like, I've always just been able to be myself with our friend group. Like, and myself has changed, but I'm always welcome and I'm always comfortable.
Yeah.
And that's just if somebody is unaccepting or unaccepting of others, it's like, well, why? Like, what do you have against these other people?
Not being judgmental.
Yeah.
Just kind of,
Yeah, like why are you judging these people? Like everybody's got their own experiences and blah blah blah. And even if somebody's turned out to be a shitty person, it's like, okay, that's unfortunate for you.
Yeah.
It may be conscious decisions, but even those decisions are influenced by everything you've experienced, right? Like, so is it their fault? Debatable. But in the end, it's like, well, I don't want it. That's not, if judging people and being part of judgment is part of being your friend, like that isn't something I want to do.
Yeah.
So
I agree.
Like, I remember even going out to like the bars and like friends would be like, let's go pick up girls. And I'm like, I don't want to talk to these girls who are into these reality shows that are just gossiping about people. And I'm like, this is just boring to me. Like it's shitty. It's not good conversation, right? So like if that's the vibe that I'm getting from a friend, it's like, well, this is not something I want to be a part of, right?
You want to be around it. Yeah.
I want to laugh. I want to like talk about big ideas. I want to be able to just exist without, because if you're around somebody that's judging, then you have to worry about what you're doing, because if you do something wrong, you're going to be judged.
Yeah. You can't be, authentically yourself. You're going to be apologizing for who you are or what you think or whatever. Yeah, for sure.
And I get that there should be back and forth, and there's differing views, and there's conversation and arguments about, and that's healthy and good because it promotes growth. But if somebody ends up with a different view, if it's a harmful view, then I think that's a little different. But just an opposing view that has no definite good or bad to it, then whatever. Right?
I agree. Yeah, they're as long as the opinions aren't hateful or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Then, for sure. You can look past it, but
yeah. And then, so what is like, how do you see significant others coming into play in regards to friendship? Do you think like any of our friends have changed because of their relationships?
I think when we were younger, for sure. I'm guilty of that. I think.
How so?
I mean,
remember, you're on national television right now. I'm just
exactly. No, I when you're younger and you're in a relationship, especially early on, it's very easy to maybe change who you are for someone else. It's very easy to forget about your friends and your personal interests and things to, I don't want to say appease your partner, but it's very easy to throw yourself all the way in and forget everything else, which I don't blame anyone for doing that, especially when you're young. Like you gotta do what you gotta do. But I think right now, when I think of all of our current friends and I think of who they're with, I don't think any of our friends are different because of who they're with. And I don't think that any of our friendships have taken a hit because they're with that person. I think in the past, yes, but again, when you're young and dumb and you say and do stupid shit all the time because you're with someone it's cloudy. Your vision for everything is just cloudy.
Yeah.
But no, right now I think I can confidently say that I like the partners of all our friends, and I think people are still who they're supposed to be. I don't see any negative aspects. Do you?
No, I don't. No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, everyone. I think that's what I like. Is like even some of them who took longer to find their partners or whatever. It's like, that was good to me, right? Like it's like you're not jumping into something. You're not like trying because most of us had them or whatever. It's like, I need a girlfriend or whatever. It's like, well, be yourself, go find somebody, and then like be a part of our group too, right? Like,
for sure. And like I've been with tons of women, so I'm just kidding.
How manly of you.
It's very masculine of me. I've been with, honestly, I lost track after 1,000. I'm kidding. I think when you're young and you're with someone, like I said, you kind of change maybe who you are to appease this person, whereas when you get a bit older, you realize it's not sustainable. So that's why when I say all of us right now are who we are and we're with the right people, is because you can't fake who you are.
Yeah.
Right? You can't fake what you like or how you act. I mean, you don't want to change who you are unless you're a shitty person. You don't want to change who you are for someone else.
Yeah.
Because it's not going to work out.
Yeah.
Right? So naturally, I think as you get older, it just kind of falls into place. And like I said, we're lucky with our friends. Everyone kind of has fallen into the right place with the right person.
Yeah.
So it's good.
Fair.
Yeah.
And then I guess that's kind of a good segue. So you and your partner are vegan, right?
Vegan.
This is the second topic so I am full vegan now as of January. So it's been 6 months. I was kind of like...
Is your coming out? Have you... Oh, no, you kind of...
Well, no. Yeah, whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
Do people do that?
No, I don't know.
Do I need to make a post?
You do make a post about it. You have to make a post about it.
No, yeah. So 6 months now, full vegan.
Yeah.
I was maybe like... I was like fluctuating like 50 to 90 for like 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
Wife is lactose intolerant. Daughter was allergic to eggs, is maybe still. Son was possibly eggs and dairy.
Yeah.
So it was a lot of cooking without that stuff. And then, so it was just meat and then here and there, and we started substituting blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But you are a very confident vegan and a very prominent vegan and a very passionate vegan.
Very.
And a lot of your posts and stuff inspired me and helped me, for sure.
Thank you. Yeah,
which was awesome. I'm glad I made the flip.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, let's balance that. Veganism and masculinity.
Yeah, that's...
What's your experience?
My experience is, well, I think I know, most vegans are women.
Okay.
I think last I checked, it was about 80% female, 20% male. So it's a pretty big...
Interesting.
Pretty big gap.
Why do you think that is?
I think it's a few things. I think naturally women are more in tune with empathy.
Okay.
Can I say that? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, they're more empathic, yeah.
They're more, yeah. And I think veganism is kind of it's kind of built on that empathy, that perspective, being able to put yourself in someone else's shoes. Hooves. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. My experience as a man who's vegan is it's a lot of shock.
Especially for somebody that looks like you.
Yes, shaved head, beard, 235. 4% body. I'm just talking about 4% body fat.
Yeah, but some people are just listening.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I am 4% body fat all the time. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, when I tell people that I'm vegan, it is usually shock. I was at a music festival last weekend, Reggae Fest, and they had Jamaican patties there.
Yep.
And they had oxtail and all that other gross stuff. And they had a greens one and a vegetable one. And I said, is there any milk or eggs or anything? Are these vegan? And they said, why? Like, why do you want to know? I said, well, I am vegan. And this lady looked me up and down. She goes, oh, this is vegan? And I was like, yeah. And the lady beside her, we talked. She said, for how long? I said, for about 5 years. And we just went back and forth about it. They were like, very like, that's awesome. That's good. Usually when I discuss it with women, it's mostly positive.
Yeah.
That's great. That's great. That's great. Men, it's usually you're met with, well, I can't give up. I can't stop barbecuing. I can't give up steak. And I think our ideas of food, I mean, we're talking about, what's masculine, grilling on the barbecue.
Yeah.
And for some people it's hunting or fishing and doing these things that they associate with maybe their dad or just being a man, being a provider, being a hunter, not a gatherer. You're a hunter. You're a man. You do these things. Yep. There's definitely that, I don't want to say subconscious, but this idea that, well, to give up meat would not be masculine.
Yeah.
Right. To give that up, that's, you're a soy boy. So maybe women have an easier time making that switch, because for them, I think maybe men do feel that pressure more to, shoot on a steak. Again, the barbecue stuff, that I think that is just kind of ingrained in male culture sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely. And that goes
way back.
Way back.
100%.
Right? Way back.
100%. But I still meet, people that are men that are supportive or happy about it or interested about it.
Yeah.
But most people, I don't want to say most, but some people, when they think of a vegan, they think of someone that is malnourished or tiny or all these different things, and then they look at me and they say, oh, okay, like,
yeah,
you don't visually match what I think of when I think of a vegan person.
Yeah.
Right? I was kickboxing for a few years, and when one of my coaches found out I was vegan, he goes, oh, vegan, like you don't look malnourished. Stuff like that, right? Like, they had no idea. I'm taking this class, I'm with these people, I'm doing these things, and I'm vegan. I'm in kickboxing and doing all these things. And honestly, our other friend, Dan, was also in kickboxing with me, he's also vegan,
yeah, which
is rare. And he's an incredible fighter. Like, the guy is a killer.
Oh, really?
And the dude's vegan. Mm-hmm. Like, there's no limit as to what you can achieve living that type of lifestyle.
Yeah.
Whereas people think there is.
Yeah.
They think that limit exists.
So the interesting thing there is like you said, it's like subconscious, it's like unconscious, that like manly, I need to hunt, I need to provide in that way. And one of the biggest arguments I've come to face when I tell people is like food chain, right? Like, it's like, like, we are the top, so we have the power, and we eat the thing. That is a masculine energy. Like, we have that power, right? And it's like, well, bro, you are going to the grocery store
100%.
And buying this thing that was murdered in a factory. It's like, what is masculine?
It's not.
To me, that's less masculine, right? Like,
and like I said earlier, being a protector, that's, in my mind, a traditional masculine quality.
Yeah.
And is being vegan, being a protector, in a way it kind of is. You're standing up for those that cannot stand up for themselves. That to me is masculine.
I love this.
Right? So when you are vegan and you're standing up for those that can't fight for themselves, that to me is, what a
peak masculinity.
Peak masculinity.
Okay.
Fighting for others. Not, again, women can fight for others too. But in my opinion, the ideal man is someone that fights for others.
Oh my God.
Which is what veganism is.
I literally have a draft reel in my phone where I have like this full conversation, this full spiel about how masculinity is portrayed. Like, you've got cars, you've got women, you've got money, you've got all this shit. And then what you do is you take it and then you defend it. and it's like this little box. You're individual, you've got your family, and you've got all your wealth and shit, and you just like, this is mine, and this is how you get it, right?
100%.
But that's not masculine. Real masculinity is like, hey, look, I live on this planet with all of these people and all of these beings. How can we exist together, and how can I protect all of us?
Yes.
Like, you want to be like, you look at like the idols that are remembered. You look at like Nelson Mandela. You look at freaking MLK. Like, these are people who are fighting for a group, not just an individual family.
100%.
Right? And not just like taking what they can and being powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's thinking much bigger than me, myself.
Yeah.
Right? It's very easy to not be vegan. It's very easy to do what everyone else is doing. It's very easy to go to the grocery store and buy animal flesh because we've always done it and blah, blah, blah. It's easy.
Yeah.
Right? Sometimes the right thing might appear, I don't think being vegan is hard, but it might appear harder.
The switch is hard. The initial switch is hard. For sure.
I think
It's mentally hard. Absolutely. But because it's so ingrained, it's like you've got this highway, and you have to take and you're on it with all these other fucking people, and you gotta break off.
Yeah. I feel like for me the switch was like overnight.
Oh.
It was instant. Everyone's different.
Yep.
Everyone's different. I dabbled in plant-based prior to going vegan. I think it was like 2019. Like the end of the year, I felt like I'd plateaued. Not plateaued, just I was in a rut. Physically, I was like, oh, the gym, and I didn't feel very good about myself. So I, like a normal person, I went on Instagram and did a poll and polled my friends. It's like, tomorrow I'm going vegan or I'm going keto.
I remember that. I clicked vegan.
You clicked vegan?
Yeah.
And I was like, tomorrow I'm doing it. I remember me and Nico were in Red Deer. And the next day I woke up and vegan won, and I went vegan. I didn't do any research. I should have said plant-based, because vegan is more than just your diet. But the day after, I was cooking tofu scramble and spinach and tomatoes and no research. I just went into it.
Yeah.
And I went from, I think it was October or November till the end of the year. And I felt great. I loved it. Yeah. But in that process, I followed, again, this is on Instagram, I followed vegan cooks and chefs.
Yep.
Some of them were into more activism. And then after I was done my little experiment, I maintained that following. Yeah. Which then these seeds get planted. And
you got radicalized after you made the decision.
Yeah, for sure. And then I just remember, I mean, we have 2 cats, which are my babies. Like, I absolutely would do anything for these animals. Yeah. And I remember seeing slaughterhouse footage and listening to it and seeing it and eating animal products and looking down at my plate and thinking, how is it fair that I had these animals in my home that I would do anything for? Yeah. I would do absolutely anything for. And here I am paying for another animal to be exploited and killed. An animal that with the same emotional intelligence. Yeah. And intelligence in general. The same feelings and thoughts and desire to be loved and to not feel pain and fear. And I'm eating that. Yeah. And I was like, And then that was the switch. For me, that was like done. Yep. And I went right into it.
I think, and so based on that timeline, it's like, okay, so you put the actions into your life before you made the decision. In a way, you know what I mean?
Oh, for sure.
And then so you've already done the hard part. Yeah. But for everybody else, and even myself, it's like, I know the actions I have to take. I'm not willing to make them because of a little like ingrained indoctrination in my mind. Yeah. And so it's like I have to consciously get over that. Something has to change in my belief system for me to be like, okay, I'm going to do that.
The thing is, I think most people in their heart are vegan. I think we live in this world where it's not common. It's very easy to go about your life and do these things that aren't good and are not vegan. Yeah. But in your heart, again, if you have animals in your home that you love, you're driving on the street and some geese across the street with its babies,
Yeah.
do you stop?
Yeah.
Do most people stop?
Yeah.
100%, most people will stop. Then they drive home and they eat a chicken. Right? They're vegan in their heart because to them, they see an animal, they see individuals that deserve moral consideration. And for me, in control here, I'm stopping. And then we go home and then we eat a dead cow.
Yeah.
And we're so separated from the process that an animal goes through to get to our plate.
Yeah.
But when it's in front of us, we
Connect with
it, right? You see a dog in a lake drowning. Most people, if you can swim, they're probably going to jump in or do something to help that animal.
Yeah.
And then you're going to go home and have a hot dog.
Yeah.
Like you're saving one animal and you're paying for another animal to be killed.
Yeah.
It's the disconnect. I think in our heart, most people want to be the protector. They want to be that savior for the less vulnerable. But when it comes to food, we're so torn apart from what's actually happening that the connection isn't being made.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's so interesting to base the, like, going back to like the masculinity portion. It's like if you're a man who feels power or dominance or masculinity out of the process of eating meat or being a part of carnivore culture or like the carny diet, that kind of shit. Like, it's like you're still not even actually doing the thing, right? Like you're the portion of it that makes it masculine, the hunting, the like tracking something down and killing it and whatever. And like you could think of like in Avatar where they're killing these animals and they're like speaking to them, I see you, and that's like this trade-off between nature. And it's like, I get it, right? Like it's not an industrialized machine, and like the men and the women do it in that, but still it's like this idea of that process is masculine, and to attach that process to going to a butcher shop and saying, I want that slab, and then going home and cooking it. It's like,
we moved the masculine part to the part where you're at the grill drinking the beer, flipping it,
being able to afford it.
100%. And again, I'm the provider. I made this. I cooked this. Hey, here you go. Like, and again, like, is there anything masculine about sitting in a tree with a rifle and waiting for an animal to walk by and shooting it in the head? I don't know. Like, to me, that's not. Even before I was vegan. Yeah, I was never. I know my dad and my brother got their PAL and got their rifles and they go hunting, and we were younger.
Yeah.
And I wasn't vegan, obviously, but I was like, no, that doesn't interest me at all. Like, I think it's terrible.
Yeah.
Right. So maybe that idea was in me a long time ago, but I think a lot of people connect with that, right? I don't, like, you're not a hunter. You don't, you don't buy into that, but some do, right?
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Is there, weird. So veganism now, and veganism now is definitely possible, right? We know the science behind it. We know, we know it's fine. We don't need to eat meat. We know the harmful moral situation that's happening. We know the environmental effects. We know casein causes cancer. We know the nutritional portions of it. We know the downsides of it. Go rewind hundreds of years. What does that look like to you? Like, is it different based on a societal perspective?
I think for the amount of people that are involved with it, I think it might. I think there's records of cultures eating vegetarian and vegan and more plant-based centuries ago, depending on where you are in the world. You could travel back to certain points in the world where certain things were normal and it was the norm. Does that make it right? I don't know if it does. Maybe I don't want to say excuse people for thinking a certain way because they're siding with the majority, but I don't know if it changes in terms of veganism, I think it only changes if it's a necessity or not. If you are, is it being done out of necessity? Is it being done out of enjoyment or pleasure?
And just like status quo.
Status quo, or just not caring.
Yeah.
Right? I think that's the line. There might be some people in the world that are unable to get food from a grocery store.
Yeah.
And they legitimately have to hunt for their food.
Yeah.
That's different than the majority of people on the planet who go to a grocery store and pick option A versus option B.
Yeah.
Right. My life isn't any different than anyone else's. I just make different choices at the grocery store. And when I buy cologne or wine or something else, I just pick the vegan stuff. I just make that choice.
Yeah.
When I'm buying cosmetics or shampoo, is it cruelty free? Shampoo. Oh, I still shampoo my beard. I wash my beard, so I still buy shampoo. You're right. Okay. I set myself up, but I do buy shampoo.
Okay.
There's other hair on me. Yeah, it's just making a different choice. Some people don't have that choice, but again, that's such a small percentage. And it's funny when I talk to people, they bring that up. Well, what if you have to kill an animal? And it's like, do you, Mr. iPhone? Do you have to kill it? Like, it's that. Yeah. It's kind of a straw man. You're arguing for a group of people that don't need you to argue on.
Yeah.
On
Well, okay. So my question was like hundreds of years ago. It's like that group that had to would have been larger, essentially.
It would have been
maybe
larger.
not 100,000. Like
for
whatever.
Sure. For sure.
That's right. You know what I mean?
For sure. Yeah. It was done out of necessity. And
it's like it's the transition, right? It's like back thousands of years ago, it was a necessity in certain cultures, and then that just grows into status quo. Like the transfer, it's the blurred lines, blah blah blah.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
I remember like a couple of years ago, it was when like the lab grown meat stuff had started coming out, and I remember asking you in our group chat, Jeff, lab grown meat, would you eat it? If it was available, popular, blah, blah, blah. And I think you said, I don't know at that time.
Yeah.
I'll answer it now.
Okay.
The answer is no.
The answer is no.
I would not, no.
Okay.
I would probably be more open to it. Like I've slipped a couple times in the past 6 months. Just like so much going on. My willpower is not there. It's not fully ingrained in my habits yet, like that kind of thing. And I think if there was lab-grown meat available, if I slipped, I would go to that. But I don't think it would be like, oh, lab-grown meat, I'm good now. Like, I would just start eating it again.
Yeah. Like, I mean, you could theoretically, lab meat is highly debated among vegans. You go into a forum or a thread with vegans talking about lab meat, and it's like cutthroat.
Really?
Because there's arguments about how they get the cells to grow the meat.
Yeah.
Is that vegan? There's arguments about, are you really vegan if you're able to consume real flesh? Have you really made the transition in your mind that this body is not for me, this part is not for me?
Yeah.
So I still am on the I don't know side of it, because I know I don't need it to survive or thrive. But I think that lab meat is an important step.
Yep.
I think the goal is to save animals, is to prevent suffering and exploitation. And if lab meat comes along and can do that without suffering and killing, then that's a positive thing.
Ultimately a good thing.
Ultimately a good thing. You can save lives and save the planet. You're not saving your health, you're still putting yourself at risk eating animal products, because it is real.
Yeah, cardiovascular.
And again, like I think about this, like it goes back to this idea of speciesism, right? Stopping for the goose and eating the chicken. That's speciesism. You've labeled the geese as, deserving of moral consideration, and the chicken 100% of not. You eat the flesh of a chicken, you don't eat the flesh of, say, a dog.
Yeah.
Would I eat lab-grown dog meat? No. Would I eat lab-grown cat meat? No. Would I eat lab-grown human meat? No.
No.
Would I eat lab-grown cow? And if my mind goes yes, I struggle with this idea. Is that still speciesism in my?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's like life. Okay, but then, yeah. I mean, conscious life.
Yeah. Yeah. When I go to the grocery store and see, the meat section, I am disgusted by it. Mm-hmm. Right. So seeing lab meat, I don't know how I feel about that because it literally is the product. Yeah. Right. Just without, it's the product without the things vegans are against. Yeah. So again, that's why I said it's debated. Yeah. It's highly debated. And it's okay not to know when it comes to that. Like, if we're arguing about lab meat, like we're in a
good spot.
Place. Yeah. If the world is arguing about lab meat, and lab meat is going to make a change because there are lots of industries that are fighting to have it blocked. Yeah. Right? It'll cut into animal egg because people are preventing it or wanting to prevent it from coming to light. It will have a positive impact. So whether or not you're a vegan and you eat it or not is maybe not the point. The point is that it's there for people that, and some people will never go vegan. I don't know. I think every vegan says they'll never go vegan. I said that.
I don't know if I ever said it.
No?
No, I don't think so.
You think if you were approached 10 years ago?
I don't know. I just don't know if I was ever asked and I said it, but I might have said it.
Yeah.
It's impossible to know.
No, for sure.
But I don't remember ever saying it.
I think of myself 10, 15
Dude,
years
you used
ago,
to drink like fucking 4 liters.
Don't bring up the
4 liters of milk a day,
it's
man.
Disgusting. It's disgusting. I know, it's terrible. It's terrible.
I remember when I heard that, I was disgusted.
It's disgusting. It is. It's great. It's gross.
It's gross, but
it's actually gross. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Now I'm drinking soy milk, and I love it. Yeah. Your taste does change.
Yeah.
Your taste. I remember drinking soy chocolate milk because I used to love chocolate milk, and I used to be like, "Oh, it's not good," but I'm going to do it. And then now I'm like, this is like delicious. This is like your brain. Once your brain gets off the addictive properties of what's in milk and stuff, you just kind of
it's
in a good way. You're not forcing it. It just naturally happens.
And I think I love this conversation, and the reason I wanted to have it is because to me it parallels masculinity like so much. And like I know we linked them, but I feel like they're so similar because we're coming into this time, and it's been happening slowly, but I think it's so prevalent now where like people think that masculinity is under attack, and it's like in a way that it is. Mm-hmm. And masculinity is so ingrained in our culture, but we're seeing so much trans advocacy, right? Yep. And obviously it's under fire in certain areas of the world and that kind of thing, and backtracking and like whatever. But it's so interesting because we have this level of indoctrination that happens, right? And it's everywhere. It's in our cars, our clothes, our media, our just everything, right? And it's in these groups, and we see it and we grow up in it, and then at some point we're faced with this question of like, is this the way I want to act, right? Is this what I want to do? Mm-hmm. And as a man, you have to say like, oh, okay, well, do I want to be a protector of all or just a protector of myself? Yeah. And do I want to be, so that includes that, like, and right now people are like, okay, well, let's take it farther and let's protect women. Let's protect gays. Let's protect trans folk. Let's protect, but like the next step is veganism. 100%.
And I think I've thought this, like veganism is like the final boss of activism. When I see activists discussing human rights, which is great, or X problem or Y problem, and they're not vegan, I think like
you haven't quite made it.
You don't know, like, do you know what you're fighting? You know, like the root. Like to me, veganism is the foundation. If I can respect a chicken and a shrimp, of course I'm going to respect a human. Like to me, veganism is the baseline. Like that to me is like that. I don't eat honey. because I respect the bees. Like,
Okay, so we're different that way. I'll eat honey.
okay, so honey is technically not vegan,
Yep.
right? Because again, it comes down to the idea that bees are animals, right? Insects are animals, and bees make honey for themselves, and that is again the philosophy of veganism, not taking a product from an animal. Like a cow makes milk for their baby. A cow gets pregnant, produces milk like a human for their baby.
Yeah.
When we drink milk, we're taking milk away from a cow that's meant for its baby, right? Bees make honey for themselves to eat. Anyway, where was I going with that?
And boss.
And boss, yeah. Oh yeah. There's a massive link between speciesism and racism and homophobia and sexism. All those things are so heavily linked, and to see people fight for, some of them and not all of them is, to me, it's bizarre sometimes. If somebody was fighting for women's rights and they were online advocating for it and discussing it and all these things, and you found out they were racist, you'd be like, eh? Like, do you know why? Like, why is it important to fight for women's rights? Why is it important to fight for the rights of anyone?
Yeah.
What is the foundation of that? And that leads into animal rights as well.
Yeah.
I think, which I think a lot of people do. Right?
Yeah, I think.
Like, what is the root of fighting for anything? Why does anyone deserve moral consideration?
Autonomy.
Autonomy.
Right.
Everyone deserves autonomy over their own body.
And the right to live a free and
100%.
full life.
Because fundamentally, we're all the same.
Yeah,
Doesn't matter.
Well, okay, and so that's where the root is, right?
That's what I'm talking
it's
about.
it's like okay.
Why is it wrong to leave a dog in a hot car and put pigs on a hot truck with no water for 72 hours in plus 30 or minus 40 on a highway?
Yeah.
Why is one wrong and the other not by society?
Yeah.
It's speciesism. We've drawn a line. We've said, well, these ones don't matter and these ones do matter, but fundamentally they are the same.
Yeah.
It's the same with people. Why does group A deserve rights and group B does not? Well, this group is different. They look different. They act different. They're not the same as this group. Well, no, fundamentally we're all the same. We all experience life the same. We all experience our own reality. Doesn't matter how smart you are.
Yeah.
Right? Doesn't matter anything. You still feel.
Yeah.
Right? And that's like animals. Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Thank you. Thank
That's
you.
beautiful.
Thank you.
I'm so glad I brought you on. That was so
yeah.
beautiful. I love that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I don't know where do we go from that? It's like I think it's that right there, I think is why we are such good friends. Because that is the exact same mindset I've grown into.
Yeah.
And like junior high, we were playing Resident Evil in your basement together. GameCube days. And
Time splitters.
So we've grown together. We've grown together so much. And it's cool that we've grown into the same kind of mindset.
Yes.
And I think we've been talking a lot more lately. Mm-hmm. And I think that it's been really cool to explore that with you. And I just feel so comfortable talking to you about this stuff because it's like, I know that if I pose this to Jeff's going to be like, yeah. And it's weird because I'm like, wait, are we just in this fucking little echo chamber right now where we're gassing each other up?
Oh yeah. Like talking about our friend group, and I'm very lucky and we have a lot of the same friends, but a lot of vegans don't have that support system. So it's very, I don't say easy, but it can be easy for them to revert back to eating the way they normally do because their family isn't supportive, their friends aren't, their spouse or partner is not supportive. You kind of feel alone in this journey.
Yeah.
Whereas me, again, my friends are my friends for a reason. We go to vegan restaurants. A lot of my friends will order vegan food when I'm around. My family cooks vegan meals for me, and my girlfriend. Like I'm lucky to have that support group, but it makes sense that these people are in my life for a reason because they're also good people.
Yeah.
Right? And a lot of our friends do make more plant-based choices. I think, from what I understand, and hopefully that leads them somewhere. But
Yeah.
yeah, I'm not surprised that you made the switch, and I mean that in like a good way, because like I've seen the things you care about and what you talk about, and I think it's the natural progression for certain people. It's like my girlfriend, I went vegan, and she went vegan maybe a year after me. And there was never an ultimatum. There was never a conversation about, well, if you don't do this, X, Y, and Z will happen. We never thought about it. It was just like, I know her heart and her brain. And I just knew like she will make the switch. I was so confident because she's a good person. I think any good person exposed to the right information will go vegan. I 100% believe that. The only reason a person hasn't gone vegan yet is because they're not educated on the subject and they haven't witnessed the reality. They live in this like sheltered, I don't want to see it, I don't want to see it, I don't want to see it. But if you're a good person and you allow yourself to see it, you open your mind and your eyes and your heart, I think it's very easy to make that switch.
Yeah.
Right?
No. Yeah, and that's the big thing, is like witnessing it and then saying like, hey, and I like this because we keep saying veganism, but like you said, it's like this applies to everything, and it's like them defending the masculinity and defending like the traditional masculinity, and like accepting, like seeing like, hey, this is what love is. Yeah. Like this is what good people do. This is what friendship look like that. When you see that and you just accept it and you just drop the ego and drop everything you've learned and look at the facts, it's like yo, this is right.
100%. Being proud and being proud of it too. That's that's masculine. Being proud of doing the right thing and not caving to an idea of what you think is macho, but doing the right thing and standing by it.
There's your definition.
Yeah. We got to it.
That's amazing. I love that.
We got to
love
it.
that.
Yeah, no, totally. You're right.
Love that.
Yeah, 100%.
Sweet. Okay. I didn't see what time it started at, but mental timer's going off. So what is just a message? You can pick a group. I don't know. Maybe it's to men. Maybe it's to your younger self. Maybe it's to somebody, future vegans. I don't know. Like, what do you have to say to listeners in the world right now?
Oh, that's a lot. I would encourage people to educate themselves on the choices they make, and to not diminish the effect that they can have on the world by making a personal change. It's very easy to think that, well, everyone's doing this, and if I change, it's not going to have an effect. But it has an effect on your mind, your body, and you have an effect on people around you, and that positive change can cause a reaction. And it feels good to align your actions with what's in your heart and with what's in your brain, and to stand for something feels really good. So I would encourage people to educate themselves. And then watch Dominion. Link Dominion. Link the movie Dominion with this video. It's a great documentary. You watched it.
I watched it. I cried.
I think it's one of the most important films of our time. I think everyone should watch it. I think it should be shown in schools. I think exposing yourself to the reality of our food system and our actions can allow you to make informed decisions. Mm-hmm. That's the only way we move forward, is by making informed decisions. If we just keep doing what we're doing without thinking about it, we're not going to get anywhere. So.
Okay. Yeah. Well, thank you very much, Jeff.
Thank you.